final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Wow.
Man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's up, fellas? Man, we got a lot to talk about, God dog. And we got all four in the building, man. Let's go.
The final word.
Let's go.
Horse of the apocalypse has returned.
Four horsemen.
Start the show right now. Oh, Big.
Might as well.
Start it.
Might as well.
So, Big, I know you got the brother show. How, did you do that show yet, bro?
What show?
With Joe Castro.
The final
Hell
word.
no. I'm trying to avoid that show as much as possible right now.
Oh, hell no.
I do not want to do that show with Joe.
Oh, man. Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna be there when he hits me up. I'm gonna be there every show. I'm gonna hear it every show. There's nothing I'm gonna be able to say and I hate it.
The final
Joe
I'm gonna
Cat-
listen to all their fans trolling me, just running their mouths to me, and I ain't gonna be able to say nothing.
Can't say a thing.
You don't think you can say that? You ain't got no words in response?
What do you want? What can I say? Come on, dog. I'm not gonna be hyping them or sweating them or nothing. There ain't nothing I can say. And if you Cowboys fans, if you feel like you can do something, you can say, go ahead. But to me, I'm just like, all right, then we'll see.
The final
We'll
word.
That's
see.
all I can say.
You ain't gonna say
We'll
what
see.
Dak said today?
The final word.
I mean, Dak said, okay, but here's the thing. I heard what Dak said, but nobody cares about that regular season. We know you don't whoop Dak. You don't whoop him up in the regular season. But
Yeah.
like he said, I say that, but they're holding up the trophy as I say that. So
Yeah.
he knows I
Dak
can't
said
really
that,
talk
though.
trash. Dak said, yeah, I really don't whoop y'all, but I can't really say nothing because y'all holding up trophy. So I can't really say nothing. So that's what I got from it, because that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you beating them in the regular season. That's all good. And yeah, Dak, you own them. That's all good. But I don't care about that no more. And I don't know if anybody else does. If you do, you don't. I don't really care. This is just coming from my opinion.
Right.
I don't really care about that regular season. I don't really care about you having that no more. We're beyond that point now. And your first 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years, yeah, that was cool. That was nice. That was a great story. But year 9, year 10, people are getting championships, going to Super Bowls. People are getting 2 championships. Dallas is not, and Dak is not. So I'm not trying to hear that no more. It's about producing. It's about making it happen. I don't really want to hear the talk. It's great to hear the talk early days, but now a lot of y'all are veterans. Just shut your mouths, in my opinion, handle your business, and make it happen. Because ain't nobody believing that talk no more.
Man. I said we start the show. We got 30 seconds left. God damn.
Man.
I think we need to just start it now.
The final
Real talk.
word.
We gonna start it now. Let's go.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Count a check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, yeah. Count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Man, I just want to run it up on these boys, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. We go kick it off with my boy Dak Prescott, which is going to kick off this conversation even more.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means. But, yeah, very close, especially even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about we've gotten the better part each and every time. To see them, to see it in such a dominating fashion, credit to them. It's our turn and it's on us. All right.
The minister of defense, you got to take this. Go ahead and take it over, man, because I want to hear Big Game James once again, and then I'll go with my piece.
Oh, you want to hear?
I want to hear my.
He
dog,
said
Big
his
Game
piece,
James,
dog. It's on you.
I didn't finish. I ain't
got some
finished.
more?
No, I'm not finished. Yeah, I got more. Thank you, Law. Thank you for letting me jump right back on in there. I got some more for that. Because at the end of the day, the Eagles and the Commanders, what about the San Francisco 49ers? What about the Buffalo Bills? What about who else we lose to? I'm going to name some other top teams that I don't care about the Eagles and them. We got to talk about these other teams that we can't beat. Did he mention the Niners that we've been getting our butts kicked against?
No, he didn't talk about them. No, he left.
Yeah, he talking about them Eagles. Yeah, we don't care. Yeah, he left all these other teams that these other top teams that when we play them, we don't seem to do it when it counts. And see, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I just feel, and then I'll hand it on to y'all. I just feel like this team is just a bunch of chokers. I love y'all. I love y'all, but y'all a bunch of chokers from the top on down, from the front office to the coaches to the players. When the big moments happens, y'all don't make it happen, whether it be coaching, whether it be the players making the mistakes, whether the front office not making the moves in free agency. It's always something, and that's choking. That's letting down, and that's what needs to stop. So I really just don't want to hear no noise. I seen where Micah Parsons was joking with Jaden Daniels. Oh, we gonna take the man, and I don't want to hear that, because when Micah Parsons has that interview and he's talking about defending Dak Prescott with Lamar Jackson about being an MVP, he's saying, yeah, it wasn't Dak's fault when, the defense gave up that. Well, you're supposed to be the leader on the defense, dog. Why are you allowing that to happen? See, it's after the fact that y'all always got to say something. I don't want to hear that. Y'all was in the game. Y'all could have stopped that bleeding right then and there against that Green Bay team. Y'all had the team to do it. We saw how they crumbled quick. Y'all weren't mentally tough. And y'all haven't been mentally tough in these games when it matters the most. And that's the problem. So until I see that, I'm not listening to that, dog.
No doubt. So I get all of that. Dak Prescott speaking on the fact that, the Eagles, they're not that very far away. We are close. Overall, his record is 9-4 versus the Eagles. He's 33-8 versus the NFC East. And I get your sentiments, Big Game James. On the bigger and brighter stages, we need to see 4 step up, but we also need his other contemporaries to do the same. So I think that what he's coming from is that with this new coaching staff, that at least we're supposed to see some wrinkles of differences. The only thing is right now, we got to wait after the free agency period, because if they don't do anything, I will be just like you, Big Game James. If they don't do nothing in this free agency, and if they fool around and play around with this draft, then I'll share the same sentiments. But to be fair to Ford, when he is healthy, he do own the NFC East. Did me turn my volume up? What about now? Can y'all hear me better now?
Turn it up a little bit more.
What about now? What about now? Better. All right, good.
Much better. OC. Right. The thing that he started it with was we not far from Philly.
Right.
Yeah, and we are far from Philly. I mean, I can equate this to the They Not Like Us song, a Kendrick Lamar, dissing Drake in a battle rap song. It's like, look, man, they won a championship. They've won 2 Super Bowls, man, within and under the last, I think, 6-7 years. They have 2 Super Bowl wins. We have none. We haven't even arrived at an NFC Championship game. You're not close. You're not even in the same conversation. And I hate to say that. But the reality is, if in the regular season Super Bowls will be won, then the Cowboys will be, have at least 12 Super Bowls. But the Super Bowl is not won in the regular season. It's won by the playoffs. And based upon this last year's performance, the Cowboys are an average team, is my viewpoint. And Shoddy has his team. And he has to somehow, with his staff, with draft picks, and hopefully with moves in free agency, take this team from an average team and make them a much more competitive team. I think that's the step. I don't think they're close, man, to where the Eagles are.
I think he talking about talent. Talent wise, I think he right. Talent wise, culture wise, leadership wise, we not close. We not close. Like, it's things that they do that we don't do. Absolutely.
I personally, as a head coach, would really, when you're signing veterans in camp and you're doing things at the end, that I think that's a pretty big challenge. It doesn't because it's happened more this year, it seems, than I haven't been exposed to as much. Because I think if you can have everybody here in April, when that draft's over, and you line up and you got that 90-man roster, if you can get to work on continuity and consistency,
and that's what they do that's different than us. That's exactly what they do that's totally different than the Dallas Cowboys. Because I tweeted about this. Devontae was signed April 15th. A.J. Brown signed April 25th. Jalen Hurts signed April 17th. And he set the market. But when you listen to the Dallas Cowboys talk and throw their own people under the bus, they say, well, we can't help Dak. Dak got to do more with less.
You're never going to win in a fight with less weapons, and that's where I disagree with you with Boss Cowboy Sports, because you said that we are close with talent.
Yeah.
I think I'd take Smitty over any of the other wide receivers that we have outside of CeeDee Lamb. I'd take Dallas Goedert over Hunter,
Ferguson,
Luke Schoonmaker, and Berg. I'd take a healthy Dallas Goedert. I'll take Saquon over anybody that we had in this running back room, right? And I'll take the Eagles' offensive line and their offensive line coach. They got to go both hand in hand. Outside of Tyler Smith on the offensive line, I'll just take the Eagles' offensive line. So I think that they are more talented from an aspect of players. I still think that Dak Prescott is a little bit better than Jalen Hurts, but I get it. Most people going to crucify me with that, and they can have that. But I'll still take Dak Prescott over Hurts in that particular fashion, because I've seen Dak Prescott win with less. So I haven't seen Hurts win with less. So that's why I'm looking at it from that aspect. I'm not even going to touch on the defense.
So let me push back just a little bit. You right on Smitty being better than our number twos. But if we wouldn't have played the games that we played with Amari, right? That's why, to me, it starts with leadership. Would you take a CeeDee Lamb and Amari, or A.J. Brown and D. Smith?
I'd take CeeDee Lamb and Amari, but at the end of the day,
so who destroyed that though? Who destroyed it?
The front office.
All right, that's why I say it's not talent. We
had that opportunity. We had that opportunity when we were there, and they didn't win.
But they only had played 9 games together.
No, it wasn't even just that, Big. It was also the fact that we should have had on that team Bobby Wagner too. And
right, but it's a lot of shoulda. It's always shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's why I said it's just a lot. That's my point. That's my point. It's a lot of choking, and it's a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, because we shoulda did that, but they didn't. We coulda did this, but it didn't. It's always something that we didn't do is why we not winning, and that's what I'm tired of hearing, because it's always something year in and year out. It's the coordinator, it's the coach, it's the player, it's the front office. Year in and year out, it's something that's holding us back. And
that's not football.
Getting tired of it.
Yeah.
But Big Game James, what I was getting at is that Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb only played 9 games together. That's only a sample size. It's only like at Costco's. and then the next year.
But I've seen you seen AJ Brown and D Smith hit the ground running though. You know that.
Yeah, they've been to 2 Super Bowls, and D Smith is what you call that? Heisman Trophy winner. He came out of the gates knowing that he's going to be a premier top number 1 wide receiver, and he somehow is number 2, right, on that particular team. So comparing those things is just different, right? And then they also they are hungrier than us because they went and got a Jahan Dotson, right, who showed up in the Super Bowl. What we go out and we do is we get a Mingo, or we get a guy of the kind of a caliber of a Jalen Brooks and expect to have the same expectations, which, get it, if a healthy Dak Prescott is out there, maybe he can turn some things over for, not in the turnover way, but turn some things over in a good way for Brooks and all of those boys. But the expectation is still for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl every year. But the expectation for Howie Roseman is to make sure that he brings Super Bowl caliber players to his team. Those are 2 different things.
Yeah, let me.
But here's my thing. Go ahead.
And then just say something real quick, man. Look, like I gave the analogy about Kendrick Lamar and Drake, man. It's not a competition. Kendrick Lamar destroyed Drake if they're on the battle rap, right, in a diss song. This is the same thing with Philly and the Dallas Cowboys, man. They're not close, and the organization is not ran nearly as well. They invested 2 first-round draft picks into the defensive line. They were getting to the Kansas City Chiefs, the great Pat Mahomes, with 4 pass rushers. They were getting there without blitzing. Okay, their middle linebacker is way better than all of our linebackers. He was Defensive Player of the Year, I believe, or Defensive MVP. Right? You got AJ Brown. You got also, Smith. You also got a tight end. You also got a guy to rush for almost 2,000 yards. You have a superior offensive line, by the way, the biggest. Right? You got a solid back end and safeties. You got a great coaching staff. You got continuity, and you got teams that don't make excuses. And the thing about them, they don't make a lot of excuses. We got all these excuses and different scenarios where we try to pivot and angle and say what if and we could and we should have and all that stuff. And we're just not there. They're just better, man. They're at this point today. This could change, but today they're just better. And let's just, if we start with the baseline of that, like the first step of recovery from addiction is admission of the truth. And this is the truth. It's like you got to admit the truth. They're just better. They're just better. If you say that, then now you can grow. But if you don't ever admit that, then you're still stuck.
I don't like how you said that.
I don't like it either, OC. I don't like how you said that.
I don't like it. Yeah. I think we got to put a little bit more details on that. Like
let's continue, boss, because I got a lot more. Let's continue.
Yeah, like overall, you gotta say the champs are better, right? So we can start there overall. But they not better in everything. You know what I'm saying? Almost. So it's where we gotta drill down. Yeah. What are the things we messing up on? First thing I know we messing up on is we don't get our best in here by April like they do. So when they get their best in here, D. Smith is able to work with Dak Prescott. I mean, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and all that kind of stuff. They have fast Septembers because they don't play the games that we do with our best. Number 2, the thing that they do, they don't have their negotiations in the media like us. Like the first thing we did, which is insulting, on Super Bowl Sunday, is we came out talking about we want to trade Micah Parsons, which came from us. We cause our own distractions, right? Versus when they dealing with Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they dealing with the guys they dealing with. It's in silence. It's about football with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be like they're better overall, because Philly people listening right now and they recording everything you saying, and they put screenshots on you right now. So you better clarify what you mean, OC, because your words will come back against you.
Let me clarify what I mean again.
Yeah,
they're better. Did you get that? Screenshot that. They're better. Yeah. They're a better ran organization in terms of football operations. Let me repeat. Today, currently, they are a better ran organization when it comes to football operations. Yeah. And I'll say that again and again because Look at what they did. Let's get into details. If you want details, let's go into details. And I don't own any one of these teams. You know, look, I'm a Cowboys fan. I want the Cowboys to do great, but the reality of it is that success leaves clues. And I'm saying if we don't ever look at the clues and we're not honest about what we're looking at, it's very difficult to move forward. So they got A.J. Brown.
Right.
Okay. Got him. They re-signed what's his name, number 2. Was it the DB? I forget his name.
Slay.
Darius Slay.
Slay. Okay.
Zach Bond.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. This is what they did. Look,
Becton.
They got Becton. Becton, they took him from tackle, made him a guard. Smart, brilliant, right? Paris Campbell, you doing all the stuff for me, boss, right here. You just showing it, right? They went out, and this is what we don't do. This is a critical mistake.
This the big one that we don't do.
They invested in a quality player in the middle part of his career that had a lot of tread on his tire.
Yep.
And it made all the difference.
But we didn't. But here's the thing. But here's the thing. I want to say something on them getting Saquon. I mean, I feel you what y'all saying about getting Saquon, but Dallas ain't have the offensive line for that. Okay, just talking about even Derrick Henry. Micah Parsons even came out and said, Derrick Henry wouldn't have did nothing over here. And y'all all know it. Yeah, Rico got 1,000, but it was a struggle 1,000. 1,000 ain't nothing to jump up and down about. That's about 60-something yards a game. You feel me? That ain't nothing. It wasn't like Rico was dominating lines of scrimmage. It wasn't like he was dominating teams. We know what Rico is. You feel me? So I don't feel like even him say us invest in a run game that would have even mattered. The fact that you could have got a young running back. Everybody's talking about we could have got a veteran. No, the last 2 years you could have got a dynamic running back. You chose Jake Schoonmaker over Devon Achane. That pick that you had with Schoonmaker, you could have picked up Devon Achane. Is Devon Achane pretty good? Could we use that speed? So if you had been starting Rico and had a Devon Achane with that speed back there, and then you could have kept another back in Deuce Vaughn, now you cooking, right? Right? So you had young backs you could have drafted 2 in 2 rounds. So I don't want to just jump on this. We could have got the veteran. No, you could have got a young back, and you settled on Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, Big, you're right. My point is this, is that in holes on the team, the Cowboys never ever make off-season moves to sign guys that can come and help. That's what I'm talking about. I use Saquon Barkley as an example. Okay, there's many other examples that we can use, right? They could have signed a defensive tackle. They could have went out and signed Alfred Williams when he was a free agent, when he was a younger guy with the Giants. They never did that. We needed DT, right? We drafted guys, right? They could have made a multiplicity of moves, but I'm gonna tell you the secret sauce, okay? And I'll summarize and shut up. I'm not trying to hog the mic, but I'm gonna say this. Here's the secret sauce of the Eagles that we don't have right now. They're committed to being a tough organization. How they play, they're committed to toughness. And I don't see that in our organization. I don't see that we're committed collectively as a group to toughness. They're committed to toughness, dude. And that's a big difference between the orgs right now.
You know what's the difference is altogether? It's a sense of urgency.
I know what the difference is too. That's it.
Yeah. And the ownership of like when they're gonna go out there, who makes the deal. You can't serve two masters. And we got the Stephen Jones and the Jerry Jones. In Eagles, there's Howie Roseman, and that's it, you know. So when they go in and they make a decision about getting a certain player, there's no going back and forth over the monies. Hey, if you don't hit on this, then your ass is on the line, basically. So we don't have that here. We don't have the sense of urgency, and we don't have the threat of fire. So when you see what Howie is able to do with getting these particular players to make it work, you had Zach Bond that landed for them. You have Saquon Barkley that landed for them. You had Chauncey Gardner Jr. to come back over there to land it for them. And of course, Bryce Huff, he might have missed out on that, but they hit on all of the other picks. They tried. And you miss 100% of the shots you don't make or you don't take. And on top of that, here's the thing. Regardless of how you cook it up, Big Game James and the OC, Derrick Henry is light years ahead of Rico Dowdell, you know. So that's just for what it is. And even the Ravens had to change up their scheme in order for Derrick Henry to fit there.
Facts, Law. And see, let me back on one thing real quick too. That's different about Philly. People got to remember they upgraded from Sanders to Saquon. And Sanders was a guy that they drafted. Would Dallas ever do that? Would Dallas ever take a guy that they drafted that got 1,000+ yards and 12 touchdowns? That's what Sanders did, right? And say, you know what? We can do better than that in free agency. Would they ever do that big?
No, because, well, first of all, Philadelphia did that because they knew we have one element we're missing and we can win the Super Bowl. We just need this. So we're going to go out and do it. That's the thing. And I think the biggest thing is just what Law said. It's the comfortability. It's when you listen to him at the press conference, and, you know, it really pissed me off when I seen Stephen Jones said, well, you know, it's out there that when he did his fingers like that, you know, we've been out there for a long time. Like, that's just disrespectful to me. That just says that, you know, we're going to do it our way. We're going to take our time with it. We're going to figure it out our way, and F y'all. That's what it felt like to me. And that's why they don't win. And that's why I don't take this organization serious. I don't take this organization serious. I don't care what they say. I know, hey, I like this staff. I've said it many a times. I like the staff. I like the coaching. But that don't mean a damn thing.
Right.
Okay? Because as long as this ownership acts the way it acts, it's going to permeate to me in this staff somehow, some kind of way. And I'm just going to sit back and see. You know what I mean? I don't know, dog. I'm just not believing no hype.
What
I'm not believing no hype. I don't care.
And I feel you, though. What I'm getting at, and I think this is what Dak Prescott is ultimately saying. We've seen all of those moves that the Eagles made. All I'm asking, and I think to a degree of what Boss is asking, if we just make one or two moves in the free agency, we right there. Because we took a Warrior touching the ball from not making it to the postseason this year. And we had a slew of injuries, and I'm not using those as excuses, but what I'm saying is basically all we asking for is a little bit more than an Eric Kendricks, because that was the only move we made in free agency last year. And a couple years back, our only move was James Washington. But if we just fool around and get us one or two moves in the free agency and still draft the way we draft, I think we'll be a whole lot better. We won't be that far away. He didn't say that the Cowboys are better. He said that they are very close.
Can I say something on that, Law?
Break it down, bro. Can
I say something? And I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna say it real quick. I feel what you're saying, Law, but then I look at playoffs 22, 21, 22, and 23. We didn't have like every element, but we had enough elements to advance. We can't sit there and say we didn't. We did. And either it was coaching, it was the players, because in 2021, it had to be coaching, because the coach didn't even get the players up because he said everybody was nervous, right? And then you had all them penalties, right? And then we had to play. I mean, they came in stomping. We can't sit there and say San Francisco was a better team than us. But guess what? They choked. And then 2022, you go out there and slay the dragon and Tom Brady. Even though I don't think it was the great Tampa Bay team, no less, you still beat Tom Brady and you dropped big numbers on them. We had them same type players. I know we lost Tony Pollard, but that was our moment as a offense, a defense, as a team to do it. That was our moment as a team to step up. They didn't do it. To me, choke. And then when we come back again and we win all these games, and you play a Green Bay team that we seen these other teams play them, and they may be this and that, and they throttle them, and you allow them to come in your house and utterly destroy you. That's that, and it was the defense, and then it was, we missed our moment. Tony Pollard got hurt. Like I said, man, we had teams to be able to advance, and they still didn't do it. So when I say let's add free agents, that's all good. But we have players, then we could do it. So I don't want to hear the noise.
Who else in any of those playoff games, big game James, in the OC? Outside of 4 in any of the last 5 or 6 playoff games we've been in, who else showed up?
That defense showed up in 2022 against them Niners.
How many sacks we had?
Trevor Diggs dropped the ball. He did. You
How
saw
many
that game. We didn't have a sacks,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
were
we saw it.
pressuring. We were pressure. We kept them under. We had Brock Purdy shook. They had McCaffrey did nothing in the run game. He only had like 39 yards rushing. McCaffrey didn't do anything really in the pass game. We shut down the whole offense. We didn't make the plays on offense. Period.
We didn't make the plays on offense.
Yeah.
We averaged 2.6 yards per rush, and there was only 2.
That's not
Dak Prescott and Lamb. And one of the
okay. Well, I mean, but we've seen this. But you say that, boss. Hold up. You say that, but we've seen time and time again in history when you say a receiver quarterback, we've seen the receiver quarterback step up and take it to the next level and win those games. So I can't hear what you're saying.
All right, so this Super Bowl, you saw the game. When they loaded the box, they shut down Saquon Barkley to 60 yards, meaning that there was one-on-one to Smitty, one-on-one to Jahan Dotson, and AJ. The Chiefs had to pick their poison. No, the Dallas Cowboys never in the last 6 or 7 years had that luxury of sitting back saying, okay, it's 8, 9 men in the box. Oh, let me go to AJ, or let me go to Smitty, or let me just hit my tight end in the
That sounds like an excuse.
We don't have that. But these are facts. The same way, well, how come Pat Mahomes couldn't move the ball down the field?
He did it before without that.
When did Pat Mahomes was able to? How could?
When they had that last Super Bowl, who was his weapons?
Yeah,
when they won that last Super Bowl, who was his weapons?
He had Juju.
Yes.
He had Juju last time they won.
And guess what?
He didn't have nobody.
He had Juju. He had Kelsey.
Which is nobody.
He had a kind that running back.
I'm just saying.
That's nobody.
So I'm telling you that.
No, I ain't saying that, but you know what I mean, boss. Don't do that.
I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you.
The 49ers was 9 yards away from winning the Super Bowl. Chris Jones.
That's not the point. They didn't have. Did he have any receiving weapons, boss? I mean, Law. Did he have any receiving weapons last year?
But their defense.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
And they still won. Okay, well, I don't want to hear it then. That's an excuse.
There's an excuse.
One thing I will say, OC, I know we hogging from you, bro.
Go ahead.
I got your OC.
My bad.
Now, real quick, and I got your OC. One thing that was obvious also from Philly to me is they reined in Kellen Moore different than we did, right? Because everybody heard Brady in the third quarter. What did he say? When Kellen Moore early in the season was coming out with that pass happy stuff, what did they say he did? They brought him into the principal's office. It's like, nah, brother, we don't do that here. We tush push on 4th and 1. We don't do double reverse on flea flicker pass. We don't do that, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. No. So what we go do is we go get behind Saquon and you go align yourself to me, Nick Sirianni. What did we do? We had a division between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. We had West Coast Mike McCarthy can't even install what he really believed in because Kellen Moore wanted to do what he wanted to do, which was buy the Joneses. You know, so Kellen Moore go over there, win a Super Bowl because he got his butt in line. Go ahead, OC.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna really say that Law brought up some really good points, and regardless of what you say, I mean, Mahomes is a unicorn of a quarterback, right? And they had it going on a different level than they did this year. They were not playing as good of a defense as they played this year. Okay, no doubt about it. But I will say this is that most teams that win are balanced, and we don't have enough weapons to win and enough determination and grit to win those two things, because you got to have an above average running back in most cases, or two really good ones. You got to have a receiver on each side of the field, right? You got to have some guys interior on that defensive line that can stop the run, and you got to have a guy or two that can get to the quarterback. Like, that's what you got to have. And that's what the Eagles had, to Law's point, which I completely agree with. Because at the end of the day, and I'll say this relating to the Cowboys, they're missing 4 things. No, I'm sorry, 5. All right, they're missing a really good running back. They need a freaking good running back. They need another receiver weapon opposite of CeeDee Lamb to balance out the field. Okay, they need that. All right, they need a guy in the middle of that defense that can actually two gap, one gap stop the freaking run. They need another pass rusher besides Micah Parsons that can threaten offensive lines and coordinators and get to the quarterback. And 5, they need a commitment and determination from the top down to win. And that's what Howie, the owner of the Eagles, has. You see how he looks. He has that look on his face like, if you screw up, I'm going to fire you. And it's like he has that look like, if you screw up, I'm going to fire you. Right? And everybody knows it. It's like the owner of the Eagles, he just has a demeanor. And it's like everybody is aware that if you piss him off or you screw up, he's going to fire you. And we don't have that same type of environment, in Dallas.
The number one thing, I'm going to let you go, Boss. I just want to say this right quick.
Yeah.
The blueprint game, Vic Fangio versus when he was with the Broncos. And Dak Prescott was red hot. It looked like he was unstoppable in 2021 until that game. What they realized, and they said, the Cowboys are a fluff team. They look like they can run the ball, but they really not running the ball. We're going to rush 4, and we're going to drop 7. Fangio figured that out even with Pat Mahomes. Even though they had the number 2 defense, Pacheco and Hunt, they wasn't really worried about that. They rush 4 and they drop 7. What I'm getting at is that when you are one-dimensional, it doesn't matter even if you are the great Pat Mahomes, you won't be able to win in the National Football League and a meaningful game. And I think that's what happened. The Green Bay Packers, to your point, Big Game James, they had 5 or 6 sacks, and you can't even name me the defensive edge or the defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers. But they were able to, against our particular team, rush 4 and drop 7. And Dak threw those picks, and he threw a lot of INTs in that game. He looked Pat Mahomes was looking just like Dak in the Super Bowl.
So, I really want to ask everybody this question. Did the Super Bowl change our needs? Did you look at that game and change a little bit? I think I kind of did. I'm going to be honest. I think I looked at that game. I'm going to tell y'all one of the things that changed me. Ooh, that defense won that championship.
Oh, you team defense? Defense win championships?
It made me start rethinking, I swear.
What?
I swear on everything. Because, come on, y'all, let's be honest. We weren't thinking that front four was going to do that. Don't lie. Even Philly would say they didn't think their front four was going to do that. No. So, It made me think about what Big said today. We're going after some real DTs. See, because when we had the best offensive line, right? When we had the best offense, what did our division do? They all got the best DTs they could to counter us.
Yeah.
Is it overreacting to think that we got to go invest into a DT and even think about it at 12? So 12 or free agency, I think we got to go in them trenches. That's what it told me. And I thought about both sides. Like, I really did. I said, wait. That was a super trench Super Bowl. Am I lying? I'm not lying on that. And if you thinking about countering Philly, right? And their average offensive lineman weighs 330 pounds.
338.
My bad.
6'6", 338.
Like it. Hey,
that's during the season, by the way. During the season.
See, that I thought about it. Am I tripping for having that thought?
No,
I never even thought about looking at that their weight size, man. Boy, you thinking real good over there.
No,
I never knew they all of 338.
They average together 338.
They average.
That means Big is right on what he tweeted today on Allen and Payne, because it looked like Washington trying to get rid of them. We need to go for top shelf DTs, brother.
I've been saying that for years. I done about 15 videos talking about how the Cowboys need to sign a DT in free agency that has some experience and that has tread on his tire. The Cowboys got to spend money in free agency. You're not going to be the drafted guy at 12 that can come in and that's ready to go down there and fight with those 30-year-old dudes that have been beating up dudes for the last 5 or 6 years.
So you still saying, hold on, OC, I want to make sure I understand. Are you saying no at 12 to DT?
I'm saying no. I'm saying you pay one of these guys that have experience and they got tread on their tires. You pay him. You give him a 3 or 4 year deal. That's going to be your best bet to solve the problem now. We already saw what happened with Mozzie. We got Mozzie at 29. Now, Mozzie, for his own credit,
he took too long to cook.
He's playing a lot better his second year than he ever did his rookie year. He had to overcome a lot of adversity. I think he's going to turn into a really nice defensive tackle. Okay, I do. But I'm saying, to solve the immediate problem, you don't have time to let a guy develop all the time for 3 years in the middle of your line. Like, you don't do that's not smart. You don't do stuff like that. So yes, you're absolutely correct.
You right on the money. Yeah.
Defense has always won championships, boss. This is not a new theory. We just get lost in the sauce with all the high-scoring offenses, but defenses have always won championships.
Yo,
defense won that championship.
Let me jump in on this right quick, because you saying something real powerful right now. Think about this. This will be Mozzie's 3rd defensive line coach in 3 years, right?
Yep.
But we got White Cotton. You got Quentin Williams in the Jets land. You got all of those guys that he absolutely was able to put his hands on. If Mason Graham is there with the 12th pick, and Genty is there at the 12th. I'm getting Mason Graham because I'm thinking what you guys are saying. So my next video is going to be on Mason Graham. And I doubt it that he will fall to the 12th spot because the 49ers are doing Birdman hand rubs right now because they need an interior guy to match up for what they got going on. But to your point, man, you on fire with that thought track, bro.
Yeah, no, man. Like, it changed me. It really did. Big, what's your thoughts? Because you the one talked about Jonathan Allen.
I mean, you already know. I mean, Law calls me the minister of defense all the time. He already knows. I'm all been said defense win championships. That's what I've always been about. So I'm never going to turn down. You know, I posed the question on Twitter. Would you be mad if you drafted a defensive tackle in the first round with the 12th pick? You know what I'm saying? I want to get the gauge. You know what I mean? I seen the Mason Graham. I like how he's aggressive. I don't think he's like Mozzie because I feel like, you know, you can say the Michigan thing. I feel that, you know, but certain players you just look at and you're like, nah, I don't see that. Like when I see him play, he's a naturally aggressive dude. He's like that Aiden Hutchinson, but playing defensive tackle. You get what I'm saying? Like he's that type of energy and that type of, you know what I'm saying, player, but he's playing defensive tackle. So I think he's different. I think he's more pro ready and you ain't got to wait a lot of years if you got him. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be more of an instant impact major, maybe not like that major, but I think he'd be more of an instant impact. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be mad if you went that route. You know what I mean? Just like last year when they had Devondre Swift, you know, I was like, but if they drafted, I wouldn't have been mad if you paired it with Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been mad at that because now you got 2 guys that are stout in the middle. That's almost a home run, dog. If you get 2 guys in the middle that work, bro, your defense is, we've seen it time and time again. When you get 2, if you get 1 defensive attack, you're feeling good. But if you get 2, your whole defense is different.
Yeah.
And we've seen
your whole D is different.
Your whole defense is different because you can do so many things. Because just like you just saw in that game against Kansas City, when you ain't got a blitz, and you can just rush 4, it changed the whole game.
It changed the whole game. Bro.
When all you got to do is rush 4, and they can get pressure. Not only can you rush 4, but they're getting pressure. You get what I'm saying? They're commanding double teams. I mean, we can say what we want, but Jalen Carter's dog. Like I hate it, but he an animal. Like he I knew
he was into year 3.
You said
now.
that,
and they played in the biggest stages before. Them Georgia boys played in biggest stages. These ain't guys from these little small schools.
But you know what? It's what you said, Law. It's an attitude. We don't have the attitude. We have a lot of talk. We have a lot of stuff that sounds good. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of talk though. These is action.
You got to have linebackers too. They can get to
And
their
so,
sideline.
Big, let me ask a quick question.
You go ahead.
Not to
What's
cut
up?
you off, Law. Let me ask you a
you
question.
good.
Your guy that you like out of Michigan. Do
Great.
you believe he's good, or do you believe he's special? And I'm asking you that for a reason. Because you said he's not the same as Miles, and I agree. It's not the exact.
He's not
same
special.
situation.
He's not special.
Okay, then don't take him at 12. That's my point. If he ain't special, don't take him at 12.
He ain't special.
OC, I might fight you.
I like him though.
OC, I might have to fight you.
He's not
just a little
special.
bit on
I
that.
can't say special.
Fight me.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out. Cause see,
Fight
I
him.
know where you coming from. Cause I know
You think he's
smart.
special, boss?
No. I'm coming from. You go see this Philly line for the next 3 years. So it's one of them things to where I know I've been screaming, I want a hot pocket, right? I want some instant. I want to receive a running back. I want some instant, something that's not gonna slow cook. But I thought about it. Like just looking at the game, it made me think about it. So I'm not really pushing back at your OC. It's almost like that tush push gonna be something we go see a while, man. So am I expecting?
But see,
Graham,
you know what?
Hold on, real quick, Big. I'm almost finished. Am I
My bad.
expecting Graham to come in instantly? Y'all already know my answer to that because I've been preaching it for years.
Oh, hell no.
But by year 2, year 3, it's like maybe because of I'm just thinking about it now. Like I'm being wet concrete. I never want to be cemented into anything around this time.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get you cemented, and I'm gonna kick it right back to you, Big. Give me 20 seconds. So look,
you
here's
got
the
it.
deal, man.
Take your time.
Here's the deal, man. You have to get something that is predictable. You can't have everything variable and be a good team. And that's the problem with the Cowboys with all these overconfidence and overinvestment and overkeeping of draft picks. That's why I said, okay, great. You drafted some guys. You like Mozzie. Mozzie's showing promise. You want to bring him back. He's probably going to start. Great. Fantastic. Okay. Put somebody next to Mozzie that has NFL productivity.
Yeah.
That we pretty much know what we're going to get.
Do
Because
both.
if you do that, you secure and stabilize the group.
Right.
Without that, you never can have a secure growing unit. And that's my whole point of saying what I said. Now, the dude is in Dominican Sue. If he's Jaden Carter level, no, Jaden Carter was special coming out of Georgia. The dude was special. He wasn't just good. The dude was
Sue
special
was
dude.
Sue was sure.
Sue was a generational
Instant.
talent.
Yeah.
Sue was a generational talent.
Instant.
Right. He's a generational talent. Those are instant players. He's a generational talent. So I'm saying if he's not that, you'd be better off, and this is just an opinion, and I'm kicking it to you, Big. You'd be better off getting fresh legs with talent in the backfield, getting fresh legs out there that can take pressure off of CD Lamb. You don't need a tight end. Give me another linebacker. Give me another rush end that can rush off the edge, right? Give me something that I know I'm going to get some productivity from the first year that's going to help this team. That's what I would do, but go ahead.
I say why not both?
You can get both.
Of course.
You can telegraph it better if, okay, let's say Genty is there, you pick Genty. The only way that you'll be sufficient enough if you already ate before you go into the draft. You want to eat before, you know what I'm saying? Before you go grocery shopping.
Well said.
So that falls right into that category. If we fool around and get a Jeffrey Simmons from the Titans, right? Not saying that I don't know what his record, I don't know what it is like that over there. But if you fool around and get that, then you don't have to pull and reach for a Mason. You can go ahead and still get your Genty, right? And just because you have Genty, if this running back class is the way it's supposed to be, deep, then you double dip with the running back.
Go ahead, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the Mason Graham thing. I want to kind of end it with this because I'm about to head out, but I'm gonna just say I think you just need to attack it in free agency. Paul just mentioned the Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
I think you need a ready-made guy now. I don't think you need to take the chance of getting a guy, and he could be good. But you ain't got time to wait. You talking about you right there, then you got to get the guy that's ready now. So you got to get busy in free agency. Hey, you got to talk to your guys. You heard Michael Parsons. I'll take less money. You sign a guy. I don't know if that's true, but if you get other guys like, hey, we about to get aggressive. Talk to the guys like we about to get a little aggressive. What you think about this? Like, I'm sure some of these organizations probably maybe talk to their top guys like maybe not you. We need your answer, but they get a feel. You feel what I'm saying? Get a feel what the players is talking about. You know what I mean? And I just feel like you need to attack it in free agency. You need to get that D tackle, and then if an edge is there like the Abdul Carter fall, I mean, if he fall, like I get that edge. Like just don't pigeon your hole on the running back. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
you can get aggressive. That's just what I'm saying. Surprise people in this draft. Make some things happen and throw some things out there that people ain't ready for. You feel me? Get busy and do the unpredictable because you're such a predictable organization. Don't be predictable. Be a little unpredictable. Have some things up the bag like, oh, okay. If you really want to get the fan base hype, do some real moves and do it
Free agency.
unpredictably. Like keep it low and you ain't saying nothing. Then bam, you come with a real guy. You feel me? And then you like, oh, okay. We kind of like the staff, and now maybe you got. Let's say you really did get a Jeffrey Simmons. That's gonna really get the fan base thinking you really trying to get busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you get a third tier guy and trying to sell it, ain't nobody trying to feel that no more. At least me, I ain't. Y'all can feel it, but I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't falling for that.
No,
You better come with a real dude, and everybody knows what a real guy is. Everybody knows it ain't no pump faking. We know who they are. So do it. And if you don't do it, you're just the same organization, and I ain't getting hyped over it. I'm just gonna look at you and laugh when y'all fall on your faces again.
Big, first of all, appreciate you, man, before you leave with the DTI deal. I 100% agree with you on that. 100%. It's time for a real veteran because Stephen Jones talked about we build for the division and then we start pushing it out from there. Well, how can you just watch what Philly did and don't build? like, how does that not hit your head?
Right.
So before you go, bro, we got to get your final word.
Just my final word is, I mean, talk is cheap. I'm tired of hearing the talk. I don't want to hear no more talk from no Dallas Cowboys saying nothing. We right there. I admire you, Dak. That's you saying what you're supposed to do. So I'm not mad at that. You saying what y'all supposed to say. But you feel me, Micah? I mean, maybe you joking, but you know what I'm saying. We get serious. Sign people. Y'all. I seen what y'all been talking about. Sign Micah early. Stop playing the games. It's just always a lot of talk in Dallas, and I just ain't trying to hear the talk no more. Other organizations are doing it. They ain't talking about it. They going out and doing it and making it happen. And Dallas is still talking about it, and they still lagging behind. And I don't want to hear it no more. And that's my final word.
Appreciate it, Big.
Salute, Big.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh,
I'm
man.
out.
Man. So I'm gonna flip it around and one more time. Another thing that I thought about, and I want to throw this at y'all too. Now, I'm gonna be honest though. Would it be panic? Would it be panic to say that we need to strengthen our offensive line? Because see, Philly, they only got off like that once. Because we was leading the league in sacks when Micah Parsons came back. You know what I mean? So that ain't they didn't show what they did in the Super Bowl all year. Would it be a panic to consider even the offensive line?
You know, I'm biased toward the offensive line, so I'll answer that first. No, I don't think that is. I don't think it's a stretch. I think your fiduciary responsibility is that you always try to get every position better. And I don't think you can settle. Like, I never heard a team say we lost because our offensive line was too good. I mean, I've never heard that before.
Right.
So if you can get better in a reasonable economic way, yes. The issue with the Cowboys is that you have money tied up, into several guys there. You have kind of, you have the career of the great first ballot Hall of Famer Zach Martin. You have Terrence Steele, you have the draft picks. What you're betting on is that BB is going to take a big jump. You're betting on, the Guyton is going to take a big jump. You're relying on the consistency and the Pro Bowl play of Tyler Smith. and then you're figuring out with Hoffman and maybe somebody else what you go do with that right guard. So I think the Cowboys, with the type of scheme that Schottenheimer's going to run, which I think is going to be a run, play action, power gap type scheme, I think that they're good enough to do some things, right? I think they're good enough to have a good amount of success as they are. But I think that, yeah, if you can do it, you want to do it.
Well, trenches do win the game, but I think that we got a lot of investments already in this particular part of it.
Yeah.
We need to invest somewhere else. Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, those are all guys that we recently drafted in the earlier parts of the rounds. Brock Hoffman, he stood tall in a few games, and then Terrence Steele, we paying that man he's an $82 million contract. 50 of that guaranteed. So if I never played offensive lineman, but I know the OC can contest to this, that every offensive lineman love to run block, and that's what we're going to be doing. And we still have Nate Thomas, and we still have Awesome Richards that's in the waitings, So I think that the Cowboys need to just go ahead and get that skilled player. I do know that there was situations and conversations about a Josh Simmons, who I truly believe that he's phenomenal. But we don't know what he's going to look like post of that knee injury. We know what he looked like pre, which is very good, which will qualify him as a top 10 offensive lineman or top 10 draft pick. But we don't know, and I don't want to reach for the unknown, and you don't probably get a chance to see him in his fullness until 2027. We don't have time for that. I got a super chat from Chris214. Appreciate you. He says, I think we are so poisoned by our weak culture that we think that we need all pros at everywhere on this team, and we can't win with scraps. But the culture is everything. True. So That's true. I agree with Chris214. Is that we PTSD? We have to have all pros at every level in order to win, due to the coaching lack of strategy and scheme. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I agree with you, Law.
Appreciate it.
I think it's a panic. I do. I threw it out there because I trust everybody on here in terms of smart. Maybe y'all was going to talk me into it, but I feel like we need to let them guys cook. The question going to be Zach Martin. Is he coming back? And if he come back, is he hurting us? That's the question. Is he hurting us if he come back?
And just real quick, and the other question is this. Can Bass play right guard if Hoffman can't get the job done?
See,
that's your other question. And then, right. or can Hassan Richardson play right guard? So you got some options there. So I'm just making your point again. I think that we have enough to work with. I think that we have to focus on these guys getting better.
So I'm gonna go ahead and unless y'all had something else. Because I could go through a couple of more of them Dak Prescott clips, but hey, I'm with Big.
The off season is long, man. You can sprinkle that out throughout all the week, man.
Yeah,
it's early in the week. You can do it tomorrow. I'm
gonna say this, man, and we gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna start my final word off. To me, and if I'm thinking about Philly, it's a couple of things. My final word will be a bit long, y'all. Y'all sit down. Hold on, we got us a super chat real quick.
Appreciate the super chat.
My boy Dwayne Morris with the super chat. He said, which of your children is a candidate to be coached up by these new O-line coaches? Which of our young O-linemen is a candidate to be coached up by these young? I don't know.
I think that Awesome Richard, I think you're going to see a ramp up on his skill set. I think that also Nate Thomas, he should get some tick. I think that coming from a smaller school, had to get adjusted to life and football in Dallas. I think that when we see Clayton Adams get involved with these guys, I think you're going to see improvement. Believe it or not, my wild card, who's going to really change some tunes around, and I'm not pulling out no Kool-Aid spoon or no ice or none of this stuff, but I think Tyler Guyton. I think that he's going to be very much so a guy that's going to improve. He was already and always athletic.
Yeah, super.
And now
he gonna put on strength too.
He's gonna put on some strength and get a little bigger. Probably get more craftier. He's not gonna be thinking as much. If you remove like the penalties that the brother had, he had a solid rookie season at left tackle. He got in his way, and penalties got in his way.
Which I think a lot of it was his mouth. Yeah. When he said the refs suck, I think they start going at him.
Oh, he said that as a rookie?
He said that early in the season, and they.
Yeah, mistake. Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I think Tyler Guyton takes a big jump. I think he takes a big second-year jump. I agree. I think we're in agreement on that.
We got 2 new hashtags before I give my final word. So when you see running issues and you want to tweet about it, the hashtag is running RBs matter now. Okay. The other new campaign, if you see Micah money issues where front office is playing games, we got us a new campaign. 877 pay Micah now. That's the new campaign. All right. So, and obviously that come from let me see. That come from this.
Oh, J.G. Whitworth.
Yeah. So that'll make it easy to remember. Because this is what I'm gonna say about that one.
Eat cash now.
Because I'm gonna be honest. In my final word, how they treat Micah is gonna tell you everything about their seriousness. Everything. Are they gonna use Micah like they usually do, where they use him for publicity, where they know they gonna sign him, but what they end up doing is they tag him, they stay in the headlines, which would be a shame. He done already sent a signal and said, I'm willing to take less. Let's go ahead and go to the negotiation table now. Let's get me done so we can free up some cap space now.
That was a mistake, boss. That was his mistake, not to cut you off. That was his mistake right there. That's the cardinal sin when you're dealing with misers.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't say, hey guys, let's be friendly. No, they won't fight you. Let's just do it now. No, he lost leverage. Now it's going to take longer. That's my prediction. It's going to take longer because he said that. What he should have done was come out and say, hey man, no, listen, it's going to take longer because he did that. Now he should have went and said, you know what guys, y'all don't pay me by January 15th, trade me. He should have just went off. He should have did that. They would have hurried up and signed.
You know what, boy? OC, you got me thinking. The Cowboys might say to themselves, "Oh, we got us one. We're gonna sweat them out.
We got us a war daddy.
They can sweat Micah out and be like, okay, he's coming to practice anyway. He's not threat of holding out, and we can just use this Micah story. Be like, hey, we're trying to figure out things. And the more he talk, the better for us, because we can say, hey, he's talking and all of this. The smear campaign has begun if they don't pay Micah Parsons before the draft.
I agree. And so and see, I knew that was gonna get y'all going. You notice both of y'all jumped in my final word. I don't mind.
Yeah, we jumped in there.
No, listen, I don't mind because I needed y'all input, because Micah's situation is gonna say it's gonna say everything. And they already started bad when CD Lamb had to step up and say, y'all not tired? Y'all not sick of this? And he was talking to front office law.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
bro. When they made that announcement, like the rumor, what have you, just like anything, I'm gonna use Mike McCarthy words. Just like anything, a real true organization would have said, hey, we heard the rumors about Micah Parsons, our star-studded players, and conversations of being traded. Those rumors are absolute false. We want Micah Parsons here for a long term, and he is our star on the defense. We are not considering trading Micah Parsons as of February the 9th or whenever that news hit. That's how it's supposed to be said.
Right.
But they're gonna let this damn thing go continuously burn and continues to spread. It doesn't. That's the only gripe I had, even with Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Is it when he said you install it,
You call it.
right?
Mhm.
But if you see the fire, you see the kitchen on fire, put it out. Good businesses, good ownership would have been able to say, you know what, Micah Parsons is our guy, and we are not consider trading him right now. He's our guy. He's going to be here for a long stay. But no, they're allowing this news to fester, and no one made a public announcement yet. No PR person that said anything yet. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And see, that's why I say, and that's where Big is right. I'm tired, and people are tired. CD Lamb was clearly tired. He was like, we watching Philly in the Super Bowl. That enough hurt, right? That enough.
Yeah.
But then he like, on that day, y'all want to do a smear campaign on this day? You want to put your thumb in our pain? Come on, man. And then see, OC, I hate that you said it, but you right, bro. I think they messed up. I think Michael messed up being friendly. I swear he did, because they almost was like, I don't want it like that. What did Pac say? I don't want it if it's that easy.
Yeah,
they don't want to. You made okay, boss.
Sleazy way. Yeah.
Hey, boss, you made a video about this. Just trust your own work, bro. You talked about we don't want no friendly lion. You made a video.
Yeah.
And that's what he showed. A friendly lion. He needs to show a home. Man, I got kids. I ain't got time. I done put up 50 sacks in 3 years. Are you kidding me? You better give me my money.
That's true.
Like,
that's true. Because the friendly way. Look how they did him, bro. Look how they did him. Hey, Law. OC. Look how they did him, right? He over there in Radio Row. Will you take a team-friendly deal for Myles Garrett? Yes, I will. Yes. And them boys said, we looking to trade you.
So look at this. Look at this. Remember this. The guy that he's not an owner, I'm sure, but he gets residual deals done with the Cowboys for years. He'll get it done until he dies. You know his name?
Yeah.
Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin was never friendly when it came to his contract. Never. Yeah. He always got paid. Never. He acted enough.
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding me? Like, he was like, they were like, oh yeah, that's our guy. That's Michael. That's our guy. He always got his contract. It was no issues. Think about that.
You know who was friendly? 4. Dak Prescott. Lyle Collins got paid. The guy with the drop foot, he got paid. Jalen Smith.
Yep.
Zeke got paid. Everybody got paid.
Yep.
Rico Gathers got paid. You know,
Facts.
everybody got paid. You know,
when you friendly.
When you friendly, and no offense to Dak, but it took his agent to piss Jerry Jones off because they had agreed to a principle. Like, in principle, we're gonna sign you to this cheap deal, but then all of a sudden in 2019 they won the first 3 or 4 games or something like that, and the agent, not Dak, said, "Oh, the price of that tea went up, or the price of that bag went up." Oh yeah. Parsons finna find out the long way, how all of this is about to work out. Being friendly with the Joneses.
His agent need to be. And look, it can work because
David Mugala ain't nobody to sneeze at, though. Yeah.
Let me give fair balance. Depending upon the strength of his agent, if his agent is the proverbial bad guy, it could make it work, because it could be like, Micah, you trying to be team friendly? Man, my agent won't let me, man. I mean, I don't know these matters. I just trust my agent. So Micah could be like, hey, I'm being the good cop, while his agent is negotiating back in, being the villain, right? But his agent can't be nice. If him and his agent nice, it's over. But I'm saying his agent has to be a real hardcore villain. Like, no.
They finna string this out.
They finna string it out. I think if they pay that man early, I'll be happy as I'll get out.
Me too.
It'll be like, whew, what a sign of relief. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we should take it, though. Cowboy Nation got to do something to show our anger about this. Like, I just showed everybody that all the Philly players get paid in April. If they tag him after him saying, I want to be team friendly, how we go sit? Because they basically said, we finna take y'all through this same old publicity off season that we always do.
Take you through the process. We ain't playing no games. We ain't got just a whole lot to do. We just take you through this process. We're preparing for the draft. It's all good. We'll just take you through this process.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
and we just hoping by the draft that people be thinking that the draft is going to solve these problems. No, Philly had all their leaders in before the rookie minicamp. Every one of their leaders. He keep voicing that he want to be the leader. But you know what you go do? You go take his leadership away. Because you go force him, if you tag him, to have to fight for his money. Yep. They signed Dallas Goedert early. Why don't we do that? Why do we got to take our best and say, what did he say? I'm playing option quarterback. So anyway, man, I didn't mean to get y'all going on my final word,
you
bro.
got me going, man. Yeah.
I knew it would. But Micah is going to say it all, man. So listen, y'all, we got to be organized on our voices. So just like we was organized on a No Kelly Moore campaign, we organized whenever you speaking out on front office and the way that they're handling this off season, you have a right to tell them you're not pleased with the games. You are not pleased with the games. The way that you do that is 877 pay Micah now. Let everybody know, man, I'm not cool with this. I'm not cool with him coming out there saying, I want to be team friendly. And y'all response is pretending like you getting ready to, or you open to trade him. Like, we know y'all not open to trade no generational player. Stop the game. So let me get back to my final word. It extremely hurt to watch Philly win a Super Bowl. And in my opinion, we're better at accumulating talent. We're better at that. That extremely hurts. Like, the OC is right from this standpoint. They're better at keeping football first. They paid Wentz in April. They paid Hurts in April. They paid A.J. Brown twice in April. If you go look at Detroit, they do the same thing. They get all their leaders in place. Yeah, they do all that stuff first. Do you ever hear OC? Do you ever hear anything about their best? Like in the media, do they ever come out and say stuff like, "Well, didn't I tell you we was gonna go as far as Hurts took us"? No. Do you ever hear that? Huh? No, they get their best done and they keep football first. You know, the sad thing I'm starting to think, y'all, and I'm just being honest, OC, you warned about this a long time ago, though. I don't think they care. I don't think Joneses care about winning enough. I don't. I think they make so much money on publicity that they like, y'all go just have to deal with this because we go do it anyway. We don't care like y'all care about winning. How you go tell a billionaire on a play that he's running where he's making billions and billions on throwing his best players under the bus and using them for publicity? I don't think it's gonna stop. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna stop. Your fan support. Because see, I'm gonna tell you this in my final word. Fans are sick of this. You go see it in your training camps. You go start seeing it in your ticket sales. We just saw Philly. We saw your ticket sales drop by 70% when we came out and we lost to Tampa. Cowboy fans are real tired, so play this game if you want to. Play this game if you want to. And it look like y'all already starting to play that game. Y'all already starting to play that game. And I'm sick of it. The fans sick of it. And your best player, CeeDee Lamb, one of your best players, is sick of it. Man, that's my final word.
Man, listen, at the end of the day, man, you can have the red pill or you can have the blue pill. Which one do you want? One pill, you go back to reality. Life is as you've known it. The other pill, I show you the truth. You'll know the truth, and you'll see how deep this rabbit hole really goes. And so that's what's before us today is, hey man, what do you want to do? Do you want to just live life as you've had it and be mediocre, just a little bit above mediocre? Or do you want to go down to the nuts and bolts of the truth of what will make this team great once again? And the choice, unfortunately, is not mine. It's all the Cowboys. And so they have to make those decisions. And, you know, we will be reading the tea leaves, man, so stay with us all off season, man, and we'll see what they do, man. That's my final word.
Opportunity is all around us, and right now they can change the minds and the hearts of people if they take advantages of the opportunity of doing something different. I like the way this coaching staff is assembled. We just need to figure out now how to will and deal in free agency, but we will see it a mile away before it comes. And that means that we will see some restructures of contracts. We will see them get nitty and gritty and rolling their sleeves up and finally doing some good work. And this will be a situation and scenario that maybe Stephen Jones look into the mirror, Jerry look into the mirror and say, hey, in the last 15 years, teams that won it, they did something in free agency. And they did some type of trade acquisition.
Facts.
The Cowboys been voided of that. The last major free agent move that we had was in 2012 or something like that with Brandon Carr, many a moons ago. So Cowboys, wake up. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. I'm still optimistic. I get it. I understand it. But let's continue to grind and shine. That's all the time that I have for this moment, man. Let's get it. Salute.
3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Those grills, drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
877 pay Micah now. Running backs matter
Hey,
now.
Micah now. Oh, 877 Micah now.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up.
Good show, Law.
Kinda check or something.
Great, man. Appreciate you, man.
In the field,
All right, my
let
brother.
up. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm running.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her